Goleta Valley Cottage Hospital. One underground tank with 3 sumps. This is the fill and return sump. Ignore the 2-inch line, that's a vent. The 3-inch is the return line. We'll need to disconnect that 3-inch line here. That line goes to that transition box up there. Auxiliary turbine sump. This 2-inch line will need to be disconnected here with the valve guts pulled out of that valve and flushed from here, going back to the main turbine sump here. That auxiliary comes in and tees into this main turbine, but we'll just leave that valve closed and run this pull this all the way back from the auxiliary turbine. This line goes, these 2 supply lines go from here underground to the transition box. From the transition box, it goes above ground into the lines that are welded. Into the generator room.
They could cook in like 6 months, you know.
Close these fire valves.
Yeah. They made it perfect. I think he said
Goes overhead.
Project.
Wow.
But how much of that, you know, I wonder how much did they let him actually put on, or was he just running around?
Here's ball valves that we can introduce product into to get it near the top. The return doesn't go all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Go back to the shop.
Yeah.
That's the high point of the return at the filtration system. Filtration system lines go over here to the filtration unit. Here's the filtration supply. We'll tap into that with pressure. Filtration return. Rigo will give us a T right here with a valve so we can introduce fuel in there and then drain this line. Going back to these valves here, the genset supply and return lines go along the roof. Drop into these day tanks. Supply line manifold goes in here. No check valve in this flow meter. These coils will be pulled from these solenoids to allow fuel to backfeed back to the day tank. The valves will all be opened. Return line here, Rigo will put a hose on this and drop it into that spare right there. Typical of both of them. Generator setup, supply and returns. Solenoid coil will need to be removed. Feeds both gen sets along the ground. to a fitting right here, where Rego will go from that 1/2 inch to a 1 inch for us for cam lock.